Another year, another ever-changing landscape for social media. Last year, I broke down what my growth strategy was going to be for Instagram, and this year, I'm here to do the same, but different, because it's this year. First, let's discuss some high-level strategies that I'm going to implement in 2022, and then we'll hop on over to my computer a little later on and actually plan out a month's worth of content using Canva, who also happens to be the sponsor of today's video. The first tip I want to discuss is more so about Instagram as a company and their own strategies for growth. When Instagram releases a new feature, it's probably because they think that it'll be the next big thing. So naturally, they're going to be pushing this feature to more of its users to try and to gain traction. And what is the most obvious new content type that we've seen Instagram roll out? You guessed it, Reels. If you utilize the new features and types of content that Instagram is creating, they will reward you for it. Now, this doesn't just stop at Reels. Instagram is also planning to roll out a couple of new feed options for the gram as well. Up to now, Instagram's feed has been a mix mash of everything that it thinks you want to consume, the algorithm. And as you've probably experienced yourself, this can sometimes suck, both as a content creator and consumer. So in 2022, we're going to see the rollout of a new feed structure. How exciting! The first feed option will be home, which is what we're already used to essentially. Now the second will be following. This is the new or old chronological feed, and we'll talk a bit more about this a little later on. And the third is favorites, which is similar to the close friends feature that currently exists for stories, but now for your entire feed. I believe that if the new chronological feed acts as it should, aka a true chronological feed, then the consistency of your posts will matter more than ever. Now let's think about YouTube for a second. I bet that some of your favorite YouTubers have a posting schedule. As a viewer, you expect there to be a new video every week or every day at a specific time. And I'm sorry, I've never been able to do that. I'm working on it. Anyways, when those YouTubers don't meet that schedule, the fans automatically start asking questions. Where's the video? I'm waiting for it. It was supposed to go live. Has something happened to you? It's a whole big thing. And all this to say that your followers can, once again, start to expect your content at a more consistent rate, and you might be able to use this to your advantage. Now, it's a bit too early to tell how this is all gonna play out in the coming months, but I'm definitely interested in trying to post on a more specific time-based schedule to see how my engagement reacts. Speaking of consistency, I recently watched a video by Katie Steckley about social media in 2022, and she had one of the best analogies for consistency that I think I've ever heard. Imagine yourself as a baseball player. Of course, all you want to hit is home runs. But are you willing to do all the hundreds and thousands of at-bats that will provide you with the practice, lessons, and eventually those home runs? Your at-bats are the same as you posting on Instagram on a regular basis. Not every post is going to be a home run, but at least you showed up, practiced, learned, and gained some expertise for your next at-bat. The last tip I want to discuss is to not take any of this too seriously. Create and share things that you love, because if you don't, it'll be that much easier for you to reach a state of burnout, and people will resonate with your love for whatever it is: photography, food, travel, anything. Now, doing social media full-time is never a walk in the park, but there are some tools that can really help ease the day-to-day mental and physical load. With that being said, let's hop on over to my computer and start planning my month's worth of content. That's not intimidating. Now let's be honest, I don't currently do this, but I used to, and I really want to get back into it because it saves me a ton of time and stress throughout the workday and throughout that entire work month. What I used to do is pick a Monday around the beginning of the month, and I would plan out and schedule all my content for the rest of that month. But again, let's be honest, would I get through that entire month on that first Monday? No, and here's why. My husband Chris and I are often traveling, so there are a lot of photos that we take on our travels mid-month that we want to post because they are current. So that will fill in a lot of those blanks, and I'll always overlap this content calendar with my personal calendar where all of my trips are, so that I can see how those trips overlap my existing content calendar. Of course, everyone has their own way of doing this. There is no complete right or wrong answer, in my opinion. It's whatever works for you and is most efficient for your work style, lifestyle. Now, I'll be using Canva for all of my content scheduling and automatic posting interesting because not only does it do that, but it allows me to create really interesting designs and edit my content all in one place. Now keep in mind that the content planner is a pro feature, but I would recommend paying for the pro plan if you're interested in streamlining your content creation and social media workflow. Before we get into this, let me just quickly explain my methodology in what I post on Instagram. So right now my content pillars are travel, photo, and video, and the last one would be lifestyle because it's easiest for me to just post things about my lifestyle. So if you're not familiar with what content pillars are, I have a video where I explain this and how to find your own, and it'll be linked up here. Now, the biggest reason why I choose Canva for my social media planning is because it allows me to do everything in one place. I can schedule the content, I can auto post, and I know that there are other platforms that allow me to do this as well, but because I already have a Canva subscription and I can create different graphic designs, edit my photos, and schedule my content, do content editing, it's just easier for me to do everything in one place and on the same platform. Now, we want to upload all of our content to Canva, and the way I like to do this is I'll click the little hamburger menu in the top left corner over here and select your projects. This is where your assets and designs are going to live. Next, we're going to click the plus button in the upper right corner and select Add New Folder. I'm going to name my folder the name of the month we're planning for, so in this case, it's going to be March 2022. So in this folder, we're gonna press the upload button and upload all of our assets, or at least the ones we have so far. And once those upload, I'll be back. Then once everything is in our folder, we're going to create our first post. So go up here to the plus button again and select Design and Create New. In the window that pops up, we wanna search for Instagram Post Portrait. This will give us a design that is 1080 pixels wide by 350 pixels tall. Once your empty design loads up, the easiest way to find all of our March assets is to navigate over to the folder section. And if you don't have this option already available, go down here to where it says More and then click on Folders, and it'll stay in your sidebar menu from now on. Now navigate over to our March folder where you'll find all the assets that you just uploaded and drag and drop whatever photo you'd like and use the transform tools to size the photo appropriately. Now select the photo and go up here to where it says Edit Image. I start with the Adjust tool and make some overall corrections to the image, and then I'll play around with some of the other filters and effects that Canva has. And my favorite are usually the Auto Enhance, which kind of just gives the photo a little bit more oomph, just makes the colors pop a little bit. It looks nice. And then there's Glow, which is actually a new feature, and Glow will add a stroke, or it could be a glow effect around your photo. So this works really well with PNG images. It's similar to the stroke you would add in Photoshop. So what I would use this for most likely is in YouTube thumbnails, probably not what I'm posting in feed, but again, that's me. You may have some other creative ideas on what to do this with. So it's just a really easy way to add a stroke. Enough editing. Once your post is done, I like to give it a name up here where it says Untitled Design so I can actually find it later and know which one it is. So I'm gonna name this one March Beach Shoot 1. Then I click the three dots over here, click Schedule, choose a date and a time for this post, and then click Done. Then I'll select the channel or account where I want the post to be published on, and you can link them all here. Canva has a ton of social network options, so I'm obviously going to choose Instagram this time, but you can choose Twitter. Have fun looking at all the options. The only other thing that I'll need to do when my post goes live is tag people and add a location. You can't do that from in here yet. I'm gonna fly through the rest of the scheduling, and I'll see you in a second when I'm all done. Now that I'm done, my favorite feature and my favorite way to look at the content planner is to view it from the calendar view. And you can actually schedule everything from here if that makes more sense for your brain. Sometimes that's a little easier for me because then you can build all your content at once, go into the calendar view, and see a whole calendar to be able to schedule it out. So as you can see, I left some chunks of time available because these are the times I will be traveling, and I'm probably going to be posting some other photos from our trip here. This is how I will be scheduling my content going forward. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed some little insights about what's coming on Instagram, hopefully sometime soon. And if you like this video, please give it a like down below. Subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell to get notified for all future videos. It really helps support this channel. We love making content for you guys, so see you here soon next week, and maybe we'll figure out a regular posting schedule for this channel, because gosh darn it, that's tough. I saw you cringe when I said that.